one. Brian Weiss here with GolfTrips.com, and in the backdrop is the beautiful clubhouse of Cragun's Resort in Brainerd, Minnesota. I'm from the Milwaukee area, and I was not familiar of what this area is about, and it is just beautiful. We're in God's country, and I'm joined with Eric Petersen, the general manager of the resort. Eric, for those who are not familiar with Brainerd and Cragun's, why should this area, and we'll eventually get to the resort, but why this area? Why should it be on your bucket list for travel and golf travel?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Brainerd Lakes area, to people in Minnesota and locally, know that this is the vacation destination of Minnesota. You know, if you take an aerial view of the Brainerd Lakes area and you go up above it, there's more water than there is land. So that's what attracted people here originally, was just that. And then we have some tremendous resorts around a number of our quality lakes here, the chain lakes here. It's just such a fun place to come up. Our population grows in the summertime from what it is, and really kind of a small, quiet town in the wintertime. And then once summer hits, people come out of the woodwork to experience both the lakes, and then, starting about 25 years ago, really made an impact into the golf world.
Sure. Why Cragun's Resort? So if we're coming to this area, why stay at a resort? And we're staying at some cottages, so staying at a resort is kind of unique.
Absolutely.
But why this property?
Yeah, Cragun's is a very unique property that we have. We're located right on the south end of Gull Lake. Our main property resort is about 40 acres, but it's almost a mile of shoreline and one of the most gorgeous lakes that you'll ever see in Minnesota on Gull Lake. And then our golf course is just a little bit off the main property, so we're a mile away from the main property, and we have nearly 900 acres of golf here. Wow. So we have, when we're completed with our project that you're getting to experience here, we'll have 45 holes of high quality, top-notch golf, championship caliber golf for the longest of players, all the way, but yet still enjoyable enough for all abilities, plus a 9-hole par 3 course as well. So 54-hole complex all out of one clubhouse. You can pull up, leave your clubs here, and spend 3, 4, 5 days right here. And if you do want to venture out, again, I'm always willing to kind of share the Brainerd Lakes area. There are so many other great golf courses too. There are another 4 or 5 really, certainly regionally and some nationally recognized golf courses that maybe if you want to, venture out one day and go experience one of those golf courses. We have people that come back year after year. Cragun's is their hub, and they're going to play Cragun's, all of our golf, and then they're going to go, oh, we're going to try this course, we're going to try that course next year, but they're always going to come back and get the experience here at Cragun's.
Sure. I'll put a link to those other golf courses, but let's focus on the golf courses
absolutely.
right here. Okay,
yes.
So you have the Dutch golf course, which is 27, or will be open to 27, and then you have a Lehman 18, which has just been renovated. So let's start with the Lehman 18. Tell us what the golfers will experience, or tell me a little bit about that golf course.
Yeah, so the Lehman course really is the golf course that we took some land that we had further away from the original clubhouse here. So what you do is you play holes 1, 2, and 3 were existing land or golf holes that we had to get out to this new property. And then you play about 12 holes on the new property and then work your way back to the clubhouse. So it's a true out and back 18 holes. So you start at the beginning. We have a little turn, we call it Tom's turn. You can pick up some beverages at the turn and keep moving around to get all the way back here. So it's really an experience. For the best players, it stretches out to a very modern, almost 7,500 yards. But it also can be played as little as about 5,000 yards. So great facility. It features some stacked sod bunkers with a reveal on them. So really unique looking bunkering around the greens. Big green complex with surrounds, but really feels like a big golf course when you play it.
Sure. Then we have the Dutch, the red, white, and blue. How Americano. I think that's awesome. Yeah. But let's talk a little bit about that course. How does it compare and contrast?
Sure. So the Dutch courses primarily in land and golf holes that were originally here. So they're truly reimagined golf holes that Tom came in and we basically ripped out all the bunkering, looked at every green complex and either made a big new green or new complex around the green and really just widened the course out. And then we feature some different bunkering on that course as well. Those bunkers have some, a lot of them, the fairway rolls into them, and then they have on the back side of them, they have that bluegrass, but mostly fescue kind of behind them. So creating kind of a different look and feel, but still have some tremendous greens and green surrounds that are really fun to play.
Very cool. So if I'm a golf trip leader for a twosome up to 64 players or 40 players, what type of lodging options do you have for those twosomes, foursomes, eightsomes, and larger?
Yeah, so a great variety of lodging. Cragun's is made up of we have a lodge style unit for those groups that are looking for a little more privacy. We have 206 lodge style rooms, all with balconies overlooking Gull Lake, which is pretty unique. And then we have about 65 cabins as well. In those cabins, most of them, they range from anywhere from a 2-bedroom all the way up to 8, 9-bedroom cabins. So we have some large facilities as well if people like to stay together and have that time away from the golf course, if you will, to play cards and tell some good stories.
Sure. No. So I'm staying at one of those cottages and cabins. Yeah. It's got a pool table. Yeah. It's got a poker table. It's got a ping pong table. It has a bar in it, and it's just a great place for the camaraderie of your group. So absolutely fantastic. As far as anything else that you may want to share about the property, what are some commonly asked questions that you may get on the phone call or when you're at a golf show, promoting the property?
Yeah, I mean, again, you don't, until you get here, and I'm so happy you could make it up here, Brian, you don't get the feel of, to me, it's the people, it's our friendliness of our staff to really, again, we want you to feel at home when you come here. And we want to get, again, golf trips should be about camaraderie, right? And they should be about reconnecting with your friends. But the other way I look at it is, if you can make a tradition of coming somewhere, or even if it's every other year, come up to Cragun's. We want you to feel like a member for a weekend, member for the week, whatever it is when you're here, so that by day 2 we're calling you by name. Sure. You're enjoying it out here. You feel like, hey, we know how this place works, right? And that's what we want. We want people to feel comfortable.
Golfers, if you are looking to get away in God's country, northern Minnesota, you will find home the minute you step on property. And I tell you, when I stepped on property, I felt like I was home. And you're right, that feeling of belonging instantly happening with being a guest. Now I'm part of the family. Yes. So if you are a traveling golfer, log on to Cragun's Golf.
Craguns.com.
Craguns.com. Bring your sticks and prepare to be wowed by the amazing lakes and golf courses.